Hello, everyone. Welcome to another podcast. It's Ben Lister here. Howie for episode 21 of the BL and Friends podcast. How are you doing today? Right, let's crack on. As you know, each week I have a guest to talk about their hobbies, their jobs, their careers. So let's crack on with this week's guest. It's sports coach Dave Catewick. Hello, Dave. Welcome along.
Hello, Ben. Thank you.
How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. I'm fine. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, that's good. 5 questions today about your career as a sports coach, if that's okay with you.
Brilliant. Yeah, let's do it.
That's good. You ready to rumble in the jungle?
I'm ready to rumble.
Excellent. Let's go for it. Question 1. Where did you start your career as a sports coach?
So I started many years ago, about probably 25, 26 years ago, and I was a coal miner. I was a mechanic on a coal face, and the coal mine's closed. What do I do now? Sport and fitness and all that was something I was sort of passionate about even then in my 20s. So I decided to go back to college, did all my sports coach qualifications, my teacher training qualifications. So I've got a generic overview of sports coaching, but karate, kickboxing, they were my passions really. So as I progressed through the martial arts, it was, within my club in Chesterfield, I'd help out as an assistant coach and built up my experience, if you like, and cover classes here, there, and everywhere. Again, just to build my experience, and then. Got my black belt and stuff, and eventually my instructor left, and I jumped into his shoes. Well, not shoes because we do it barefoot, but I took his place really. Yeah. So that was about 1997. So I've been doing it ever since. Yeah.
Wow. When you were starting out in sports coaching, who were your inspirations when you were starting out?
There were quite a few really. I remember something that really triggered in my mind once was when Mike Tyson, again, this was like early 90s, and I heard that Mike Tyson and another boxer called Riddick Bowe both went to the same primary school in New York. And that made me think really, well, how come this primary school in New York's had 2 world heavyweight boxing champions, and Britain had not had one for like 100 years. And it made me think about the importance of the coaching, the coach as a person and the coaching infrastructure, etc., to develop people for that sort of thing to happen. So that stuck in my mind. And then I suppose I was a bit of a football fan. So like people like Bill Shankly and Bob Paisley were Liverpool managers, and Brian Clough at Nottingham Forest. Alex Ferguson, he was another one. And they were just like, normal men from humble backgrounds, like ex-miners and things, but they achieved these amazing, extraordinary feats year in, year out. They do it as well. So yeah, and then within my sport, within karate, my instructor, a guy called Patrick Scantlebury, and a few others there, Ivan Riley and Clayton Moraine, a guy called Dave Lancaster from Darlington. They were sort of quite influential as well, because they were great coaches, and so I looked up to them quite a lot. So a lot of those guys were the influences and inspirations to me.
Yeah, and also you look at people like as well. You do and also as well as you were starting out, you also did a bit of work with radio presenters like my old friend our mutual friend Mr. Goldsmith.
Yes, yeah, I've done quite a bit. I've done quite a bit of work with Sean Goldsmith. So I've spent quite a bit of time with him. He's a great guy. So
Yeah, you recently did as you were telling me off camera, an under the stairs thing.
Yeah, which is brilliant, because I went into his studio at Peak FM, and he got all his dials and all his buttons and levers and switches. And then next time we did some stuff with him, it was like just under his stairs, tiny little cubby hole. They had to remove Hoover and all, cleaning stuff, put that somewhere else so he could fit in. Yeah, well, it's brilliant. So it set it up really, really well. It's not good for interviewing because they only could get one person in though.
You were probably the first guest in his home studio then.
Probably was actually, yeah.
And was it a different one from where you were about 8 years ago at Peak or Nan?
Yeah. I mean, there he got, like I say, he got screens and dials and this huge desk with all different. God knows what were going off in there. Yeah, and then he had this tiny little setup. But again, it works. It works for him, and yeah, so that's it really. Yeah, fair play to him.
And yeah, what were you doing under the stairs with?
We did a thing for like a fitness some fitness sessions really. So like a week of fitness sessions. So Monday we do, say for example, press ups and whatever. So we're just giving people like pointers and everything towards to try and get everybody into fitness and build their health really. Yeah, improve their health and fitness, mental health as well, which is a massive part of fitness. Yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah. Question 3. What is your favourite part about being a sports person?
I think it's the diversity really, is that it's because it's working with people and everybody's fascinating in their own way. And so the different people who you come into contact with, and you see people coming in at, we might get a little timid kid who's 5 or 6 who may have been bullied or for whatever reason, and we see them come through and develop their confidence, go through their belts, get their black belt, go to competitions. Or then we may be like again interacting with people in world championships and stuff like that. I remember coming across and for a couple of years I interacted. I always looked at this guy. He was an ex Super Bowl winner with the Dallas Cowboys, and I used to see him at a tournament every year. And again, so you're interacting with so many different people. So my favorite part about the job is working with people and interacting with people, of all backgrounds, all, like I say, for all people, all abilities, all age groups, just everybody. So people are interesting.
Brilliant. And we'll move on to question 4 now. How has COVID affected your life and line of work, and do you think sport has helped people's mental health during the pandemic? COVID has changed the way we work, to be honest, quite massively. So as we were in lockdown, we started Zoom classes. I think all of us as martial arts instructors and sports coaches, we all felt a little bit out of our comfort zone, but we all got into it. And at the end, we sort of embraced it really. And we all enjoyed, in a strange way, we enjoyed the Zoom classes. And I know that I used to do some for Chesterfield Football Club, and we'd have like max out at 99 people, and we'd have waiting lists for people to get onto these Zoom sessions. And they were fantastic. So so Zoom changed the way things work a little bit. As sport helped people's mental health during the pandemic massively. Crikey, especially this last lockdown, which was the winter one. It was dark, dismal, wet. It either raining or snowing, so it was a long winter. And I think just like walking, doing Zoom classes, all sorts of stuff. We were putting a daily fitness challenge on, or a daily exercise challenge on every morning for people to take part in. So we were put lots of videos on for like, so people could basically work on their martial arts towards their next belts and stuff like that, or just give them pointers to work towards stuff. So sports help massively, because I think everybody is just probably, I suppose society we're just appreciating the importance of sport relating to mental health.
I think as coaches, we've probably known that for quite a while, quite a few years really, but in general, people are appreciating it more now. So so it is, yeah, sport is massively important for the mental health side, healthy body, healthy mind sort of thing. So yeah, you can't underestimate the importance of sport.
Brilliant. And now we'll move on to question 5. Last question on my list. What advice would you give to young, aspiring sports coaches who are starting out?
So my main advice would be to I think a big part of what we do is just interacting with people. So knowing the skills is one thing, but being able to relate to people of all backgrounds, all ages, all abilities, and that's another thing. So so it's improve your life skills really. So interact with people and put yourself in situations where you're taken out of your comfort zone. So if you're asking somebody to do something, make sure that you know that you can do it yourself. You've got experience, you've got something behind you saying, like, I've been in this situation, so I totally understand how you feel. And so, but that's the thing is understanding people, and because the more we understand people, the more we can help them and also help ourselves to achieve, but also help those people to improve their skills, techniques, abilities, if we're in competitions, to win competitions. But yeah, it's all about understanding people. It's all, coaching isn't just a people business. It's understanding how people work. Everybody's different. Some people at different times, at any given time, people are different. Some people need an arm around the shoulder. Some need like a bit of a kick up the backside, and that changes. That can change on an hourly basis. So yeah, so it's just understanding people, get to know your participants, and try and get to know what makes them tick, and consequently we know how to help and progress and get the best out of those guys. So yeah, so it's all about people. Yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for joining us, Dave.
Thank you, Ben. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Do join me again soon for another podcast, but for now, please give it up for Dave Cartewick. Thank you very much for watching and listening. This will be available on my website, wix.com, and my YouTube channel, so Ben Lister. So I'll link everything later on. But for now, thank you very much for watching and listening. And that's a wrap.